Are you one of those business owners who thinks that by hiring experts and people who can do their job and paying salary, you will create lasting and great performance? But then you only find that much of the work was not getting done properly because you never shared and agreed on a vision and the way and the process that need to be taken. And you ended up criticizing them, judging them, maybe even firing them. Or are you one of those leaders who suddenly just comes in for a review and discovers that work's not happening the way you thought it should be and the way you thought it was important for the organization's future for the work to be done? And then you start either excessively micromanaging and frustrating your employees, or on the other side, you show negative emotions, yelling, screaming, blaming, criticizing, putting people on PIPs, etc., without really realizing that in the first place you had done an extremely bad job of setting the right goals or agreeing on a process or agreeing on a procedure or the closures, and you never did reviews on time. Very common things that I have seen happening in the performance space. Maybe some of you have also witnessed this. So remember, it's a leader's responsibility to get results in the first place. Whether you are a business owner or you are a senior leader in an organization, results are your responsibility. The efforts are your team's responsibility. And every time there is a leader in your teams, again, the same logic applies. So that the leader's job is the result, the people in the team, their job is the effort. And this continues till such time that you come to the frontline manager. So every leader, every manager is accountable for their share of results. Their team needs to bring in the effort. So how do you make this happen? The first thing, and this is very important for you to remember, is bring in the notion of leadership that you really need to bring in: a coaching, supporting, facilitative leader. You as a leader should be able to teach, show, do together with your people and get things done. And what that essentially means is that you should be able to train and upskill and teach people how to see things, how to see the strategy of the organization, how to understand the vision, how to work within the structure of the values, the mission that the organization carries, or the strategic objectives. You have to be able to disseminate that understanding and help people acquire the right kind of things. And if you are not the expert on teaching certain things, you should be able to get the experts in, or get a training organized, or get a developmental course organized, or get the resources where that teach part can really happen. People without skills, people without capabilities will never be able to deliver results. But at the same time, people without a vision, people without understanding of the strategic objectives, people without the understanding of the wherewithal, the process, the nuances, will never be able to get things done. So you have to be able to show, you have to be able to teach them. And that teaching has to lead to show, which is a demonstration in action, in application, how to work through the processes, how to work through conflicts, how to ideate, how to close things, how to project manage. And especially if you have a first time or an inexperienced team, you have to be able to do this very well. And even if you did not have a first time or inexperienced team, you still should be able to do some of these things if it's a complex goal, if it's a large project, and then invite ideation. And that's where the do together comes in. When the do together comes in, the training, the clarity that you have provided can shift to discussions of ideating together, of taking decisions together. So your combined effort delivers the result faster. And a first time you're doing something, the territory that is uncharted is covered by all of you put together as a team, which is do together. And once your team members have gained some experience, slowly you can start letting go of that control in the get done aspect of things. So that's the one notion that you need to do when you have a new or an inexperienced team. Now, let's say your team is not inexperienced, or it's not new, but it is experienced. Now, here comes the second side of the story, where what you really need to do with them is go in early and set the vision, set the expectation, give clarity, and absolutely in detail. Don't just download a task and say, hey, why don't you ideate and come back to me? No, get into a room with them, work with them, ideate with them, create the clarity, create the charter, put the boundaries around what needs to be done. And from there, agree on the process that needs to be done and let them make the effort. Go in regularly, review, clear bottlenecks. If they are stuck in some place, check how they can work. If their thinking is getting stagnant, challenge them. If they need support them. If they need resources, provide those. But if you don't do reviews regularly, that you will never know what to do. And finally, you need to see things to closure, get things delivered, align with stakeholders, and work in the right fashion. Yes, you can give responsibilities to your experienced team members in all of this, but no matter how experienced your team members are, you still need to ensure that you provide clarity, you go through the review processes, you remove bottlenecks, and you see things to the closure. That's the way to work and get things done. So remember, whether you're a business owner or you are a leader, results are your responsibility. Efforts are your team's. If you have a new inexperienced team, deal with them differently as compared to if you have an experienced team. But either which way, you need to be very clear what needs to get done, and you have to be a part of the process. It cannot be that you just let it loose on others. Many leaders have this whole notion that I need a large team, a large span. None of that helps. What helps is big results. And for big, important, sustainable, scalable results, you need to be hands on in the show and play your part. Even the senior most leader has a certain individual contributor responsibility. And one of the individual contributor responsibilities is about bringing clarity, reviews, checks and balances, and seeing things to the closure. Do your very best. Don't think that you have become a team leader. Somebody will deliver the work, and you are there to sort of give the hawk's eye view of the whole process. No, that's not what your role is. Results are your responsibility.